Morning guys, I'm Blackie and welcome back to the Mastering the Dutch Oven cooking series. Okay, today we're going to do a flavor enhancer. We're going to start with something that you can find just about anywhere. Add flavor to it to make it more palatable in camp and make a quick 30-minute meal. So I'm going to walk you through it. First we're going to talk about the ingredients and what we need to do. Then I'm going to walk you through the actual process of making the main. And then, while that's cooking, I'm going to walk you through the side dishes all together. Now, I'm only going to be cooking the actual main meal today. But the side dishes I'll talk about so that you can see how you incorporate the whole thing. This entire meal, from start to finish, should be able to be cooked in like 45 minutes or less on a campfire. So, let's get started. Okay. For this, we're going to be using a canned cooked ham. Now these are edible, quick, they're already fully cooked and they're sitting in the can. All you got to do, because it says so right there on the back, fully cooked, all I got to do is just heat it up. But by itself it's kind of plain, but I can add flavor to it. And so for this, I'm going to take a tube of garlic paste I got at my local grocery store, and an entire bar of butter to combine those two and make it enhance the flavor. Now, this is a plain ham. You can also find the hickory smoked ham. If you cannot find either of these at your local grocery store, a couple of cans of Spam will do the same thing. It's a way to enhance the flavor. Now, if you don't like the idea of the garlic in the butter, it's a simple thing to change this out. You can try a little bit of pineapple and brown sugar. That works really, really well. Or how about taking it and swapping it out for barbecue sauce or something. The point being is we're going to reheat this meat right quick, plus we're going to add a lot of flavor to it. That's the idea. We will also be dicing up and using an onion in it, so it's going to be onion, ham, butter, and garlic. For the two side dishes, we would be using a can of LeSueur peas. We'll deal with this once it's up and cooking. And a thing of baby red potatoes. Okay. To begin with, our first action is we're going to create some diced up onion. Real simple. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to take my Dutch oven and I put about an inch or so of water into it. It's clean, but this is how I maintain it in the field. I'm going to put water into it. I'm going to bring it to a boil. This is going to do two things. One, it's going to guarantee that the inside of my pot is sterilized and ready to go. And two, it's going to warm my pot up while I'm chopping up them onions. So I'm going to light my predetermined down here charcoal briquettes, and I'm going to let that come up to heat while I'm chopping the onions. Okay, this doesn't have to be fancy. All I want to do is just take the end off the onion on both sides. If you're going to run a trash garden, save the end that's got the roots on it. We'll deal with that later. Then we're going to peel the onion, that outer layer off. My neighbor and them is up. Alright. Trying to keep as little of that paper in the final product as I can. Now sometimes you can do this and the onion just fill strip right in front of you, fall apart. Other times like this, sucker wants to grip like crazy. Alright. Get that out of the way. just a good old paper plate is fine for this. I'm going to coarse chop it into pieces that'll brown easy, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to brown this onion and that butter. Now, by putting that water onto the boil in that Dutch oven, I have cleaned, and I should have already cleaned it, and I have, but you know what I mean. I'm sterilizing it if I haven't been as diligent as I should have been in the field. And I've also warming up my Dutch oven. It's not warming up dry, it's wet in there, so it can start boiling, heat it up, get it ready to go. That way whenever I dump the water out of it and I put the butter in, it should melt very quickly and get straight back to cooking temp. Now, if I was going to be doing the side dishes, when I put on the fire, and that's good enough right there. What you see right there, it going. I should have put the LeSueur peas on. Now, canned vegetables really benefit from cooking, a little more cooking time than what actually comes out of the can. All it has been done is blanch, which means just brought to a boil and then in the canning process. So what I would do would be dump this into a bush pot, add a tablespoon of butter, a little salt, a little pepper, and about a quarter can of additional water. I'd put that on that and allow it to start boiling as well. Bring this up to a good hard boil for like 5 minutes, and then slide it out to the side and allow it to keep simmering while I'm doing the entire cooking process. So this thing would be simmering for, say, 30 minutes. Would greatly improve the flavor. In a separate bush pot, I would have water sitting there ready to be able to clean this. I've talked about that. And have at least, like 6 cups of water in that bush pot ready to go. It'd be sitting also on a boil, and over here and kept it at a rolling boil ready to go. When I have completed the main meal, this would be ready. Then I would dip my main meal out, add that water back in, leaving 2 cups of water in that bush pot for me to dump this in. Therefore, I would have the main meat, the side, and then some potatoes all ready at the same time. And that's the secret, having everything ready at one time so you can just plate it up and you're not waiting on something else to cook while something's getting cold. It's diced up real nice. Alright. Now, we'll let that come to a boil. I'll dump it out and put it in there with butter, and we'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, now I got my other bush pot right here that is heating up to have hot water. This would also be where I would be simmering the LeSueur peas if I was cooking them. Okay, now we're going to, this has been going long enough, it should be hot enough. I should have steam coming out, and when I do, when I lift the lid, so that water's good and hot. And I got my lid lifter sat over here to the right, my lid lifter to pick it up, and I have my pot stand, a tent stake, set up here just like last time. Now I'm going to dump out this hot water and get ready to start cooking. Okay, now the water's out and she's good and hot. So into that pot I will now throw my whole stick of butter. I will not put the garlic in yet, just the butter. And I will add the onions. Now, I'm going to let that start cooking. I'm going to leave it uncovered where I can see it. What I want to do is sweat those onions now and make them turn a little clear. That'll mean they're cooked. Now if you like crunchy onions, you can omit that part and just put it in there. Stir it every couple of minutes. Give it a good little light boil. Okay, I've set it down directly onto the coals. Got it a good hard rolling boil. It's been going for about 10 minutes and now my onions are nice and soft. I'm going to add my other ingredients. I'm going to take my canned ham, open it up in the can, take the knife and I'm going to quarter it into about 2-inch squares inside the can. Just like this. Making it into 6 pieces. Now, just like that. Go ahead and break it up. Like that. And then we're going to add in our garlic. Always got that little safety cap on there. You always got to remember to take off, otherwise you're going to squeeze and squeeze. Now, getting all that garlic in there. Mixing all that up. I'm going to add a little bit of hot water to it. Like half a coffee cup. And it being liquidy like that, it's not going to easily burn. But I'm going to keep my eye on it still. Now I'm going to take and put my lid back on. And I'm going to let that sit and hold the heat. Now, about every 5 minutes, I'm going to pull that lid off and I'm going to stir it. Remember, that ham is fully cooked. All I'm doing is heating it thoroughly all the way through. And that's where we're going with this. It needs to be thoroughly heated through. And then give it about a total of, say, 20 minutes total of heat. So I've had 10 minutes of cooking, then I've had 20 minutes of sauteing, we will say, with the garlic and the onion, and then it'll be ready to serve. The longer I let it run, the more those flavors are going to blend. Bubbling along. Give it a little stir every now and again. Stir up the onions and garlic because it'll separate from the butter. Just like that. About another 5 minutes and we'll be ready. Okay, we are done. Lid, come over here and put it down onto the lid stand right there. It's been boiling for about 15 minutes now in butter. Give her a quick stir. And now we're going to fish out a piece for a taste test. We'll take that one right there. Just like that. Okay. Now, it don't taste like canned ham. And that's just the thing. The canned ham is a blank with which a cooking component that we add something to. How about brown sugar and pineapple? How about barbecue sauce? How about hot sauce? How about any of a number of things? But this comes together in like 30-40 minutes tops. I'm able to create something that doesn't taste like cheap canned ham or like Spam. And I'm able to make an entire meal in one pass. So, to reiterate, here would be the procedure for me cooking the whole meal. One, I'd prepare everything and have it ready to go before I ever started. You know, get all my ingredients laid out where it's easy at hand, quick to grab. I'd then start my fire, and I would put my Dutch oven on with about 1.5 inches of water in it and let it sit there and boil, because that's going to heat up my Dutch and help sterilize my Dutch, because if I'm out camping, and yes, I cleaned it yesterday, but I don't want any bacteria in any cooking thing to have had time to set up overnight. So by boiling it, I sterilize my pot. Next, I put those side vegetables like that lesueur pea into its own bush pot. I add water to it, I add butter to it, salt and pepper. Bring it to a good hard rolling boil while my Dutch oven is boiling. And then once that's boiled for like 5 minutes, set it to the side and keep it at a low simmer for the entire length of this cooking process to make it have a better flavor. Dice up an onion, put it into the Dutch oven, dump out the water into the Dutch oven with a little bit of butter and the onion. Let those cook together until my onions are soft. Then cube up and put in the ham and the garlic into it. Bring it to a low boil, a low bubble. Keep it simmering and give it about 15 minutes to simmer. It'll blend those flavors together. Then, now I'm going to take it off. It's done, right? I'm going to set my Dutch oven to the side. I'm going to have a bush pot of water set in there beyond my lesueur peas. And I'm going to have at least 2 cups of water in it. I will then put in salt, pepper, and dump in and stir it up and make my instant mashed potatoes along with some butter. And so I'll have ham, mashed potatoes, and lesueur peas all ready at the same time. And it tastes really good. So, again, try all recipes at home. You can simply take a 4-quart stock pot or a 2-quart stock pot, 2-quart boiler, and do the same thing on a stove to try the recipe out at home and make sure you like it before you're out in the middle of nowhere and discover you don't like it. Add and subtract until it's something that's yours, you really like. Now, could I turn this in instead add barbecue sauce? Yes. Hot sauce, any kind of sauces, teriyaki, whatever. As long as I don't let it burn and I keep it at a simmer so that the meat can infuse with the flavors. That's the idea. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And there'll be more videos coming very soon. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.